and welcome to another WPSD Newsmaker Program. My name is Noah, and I will be your host today. We have a special guest whose name is Richard McGann. He has visited WPSD several times, and he is deaf and also blind. Imagine that. He has been an inspiration to us here because he does not believe that there are any barriers. Recently, he visited our Children's Center at WPSD, and we are lucky to have a chance to ask him a few questions today about being deaf and blind. He is here today with his support service provider, whose name is Bonnie. Welcome. Hello, hello. Here's my first question. As the ADA celebrates its 25th anniversary this year, what are the biggest changes for many people with disabilities in order to live for their better own lives in workplaces and public ones? The ADA is wonderful. Some people felt weak and could not confront the barriers that were outside. They were afraid. But people need to remember that they can do anything. It just takes time, and the ADA helped us with that over time to improve our conditions. People weren't afraid anymore. They realized that they could get out and do things. And it's because of the ADA. It's a wonderful law. You're absolutely right. Now here is my second question. Tell us about your history. Where did you grow up and where did you go to school? I grew up deaf, but I was able to see. I lived in Mount Washington in the Pittsburgh area, and I have 3 beautiful siblings in my family. Later, I graduated high school with a GED, and I was the first deaf person to attend CCAC. I studied there, and then I went to the Helen Keller National Center in New York. After studying there, I came back to Pittsburgh and worked at the blind school for many years, and then I retired. But I've continued to keep busy. I love to travel. Wow. My next question. Being a deaf-blind advocate, what are your current activities that you have been participating in our city of Pittsburgh, as well as other states or at the federal level? I have many good experiences from the Helen Keller Center. They have taught me to become a leader and how to help other individuals who are deaf and blind. I have worked with deaf-blind children, and I have helped to institute a program for parents so that they could learn about what's going on with their children all over the state. I was also involved with establishing the video relay service, and I helped establish the first Deaf-Blind Lions Club in the United States. It was established here in Pittsburgh, and it is the only one that has deaf-blind members in the world. What's an SSP? What are their responsibilities? What do they do? SSP stands for Support Service Provider. SSPs help individuals with deaf-blindness get out so they're not home isolated. They drive them to stores for shopping. They help them read menus at restaurants. They go to clothing stores with them and help them schedule doctor's appointments. Deaf-blind people are able to understand and get around because of SSPs. They help them read their mail, and they help them write checks to pay their bills. They help them organize their clothing so that their clothes match. They help them with the telephone relay system and also with the video phone system. There are a variety of things, and it depends on what the deafblind individual prefers that the SSP can help with. Well, can you tell me a little bit more about your Brailler technology? And also, in the future, what kind of technology do you think will be developed? Well, yes. I have a Brailler that I wear with me. Here's an example. And it connects to my telephone. And that way, I know when somebody is trying to reach me. It's wonderful. In the future, I am hoping that I will be able to use the video phone, just like I use regular technology to help me with the telephone. That's my wish for the future. There are a variety of technologies available for the deafblind. For instance, there's some that will help with the computer. When the mouse scrolls over something on the screen, Braille pops up at the bottom, and we're able to read and understand what it says. There's also ways to help in the kitchen with cooking by labeling different spices and foods, and also by labeling our microwave so we know which buttons to push. I also have a device that alerts me when somebody's at the door. Well, what did you think about visiting our Children's Center at WPSD? Oh, it was a great experience for me, and it made me feel so good inside. I was happy to share my experiences with the children, and in the hopes that in the future they may become a teacher or a leader or even an SSP. They become so many things, even an inventor of new technology that can help me. It was wonderful. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And now, you've been involved with the Pittsburgh City County Task Force. Well, that's right. My goal is to encourage more jobs for deaf and deafblind individuals as well as hard of hearing. There are so many barriers in these situations. I would also like to improve airline travel so that there are people who can help, such as SSPs, with deafblind individuals so they're comfortable when they travel. I would like more access for deafblind individuals and more Braille. There are so many things that we need to advocate for. Also, medical situations are particularly difficult for deafblind individuals. Oh, absolutely, I understand. What would be your best advice or words of wisdom for the students at our school? Helen Keller has a famous quote which says, "The most beautiful things in the world cannot be taught or seen or heard, but are felt in the heart." Ah, those are beautiful words, very touching. Well, time has run out for today. Thank you so much for visiting us. Well, thank you everybody for inviting me here. God bless you. So that's all for our show today. So please join us again for another Newsmaker program here at WPSD, where we will meet people who make a difference in our community. Thank you.